that system that we had followed in our tradition, that we call it as a traditional banking or a old banking system. Use of a mobile device to access banking and the financial services offered by banks. Which are all the transactions that is going to happen within a specified period of time, from past 1 month, from past 3 months, right? We can access all the kinds of transactions. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I am Mr. Hemant Kumar from the Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, MYSURU, the Temple of Excellence. In today's session, we are going with the subject Banking Law and Practice for first semester BCom students, that is Unit 5 Digital Banking of Session 3. This is agenda of today's session. We are going with the concept of difference between traditional banking and e-banking. This e-banking also we call it as a modern banking. The concept of mobile banking, types of mobile banking services. These are the topics that we are going to cover in today's session. Difference between traditional banking and e-banking. So what is this traditional banking is about? So traditionally we had followed a banking system, that system that we had followed in our tradition, that we call it as a traditional banking or a old banking system, right? So when it comes in terms of a e-banking system, it is also known as digital banking system and also modern banking system, right? So here in terms of a traditional banking system, we are going to access the banking services physically while visiting a branch of bank. Say for an example, I want to know the balance, so I visit a bank, right? So I am going to the entry of a passbook, and after that I come to know my balance. And in the same way, whatever the transaction that is going to happen in terms of check, draft, financial transaction, deposit, withdrawals, right? So these are all the transaction that is going to happen physically while visiting the bank, that we call it as a traditional banking. Modern banking or e-banking. So in terms of e-banking, modern banking is also known as digitalized banking or a digital banking. Okay, so we can access all the kinds of banking transaction or banking services by sitting in a single place, right? So that we call it as a e-banking. Say for an example, I want to withdraw money, I want to deposit money, or I want to know my financial status. I want to know my transaction that is going to happen, right? So I have to, in terms of traditional banking, if I want to know my transactions, if I want to deposit, if I want to withdraw, if I want to go any kind of a service, I am supposed to visit a bank and I am going with the services. But in terms of e-banking, it does not happen. In terms of digital banking, what happens? So by sitting in a single place, I can operate all the things, whether in terms of withdrawals, in terms of deposit, any kind of the service, so checking the balance, so no transaction, we can download the PDF of the transaction that had been happened, right? So these are all the contribution that is given by the digital banking system to the current generation, right? So when it comes in terms of a digital banking system, each and every bank had given their own application. They had launched their own application to the smartphone so that the customers can install that application and they can access all the services that is rendered by the banking company. There are n number of services when it comes in terms of deposit, withdrawals, or transactions, and in the same way mutual funds, investments, trade, stock. So all the things, it is a benefit that is given by the banking company. Difference between traditional and modern banking, that is a global coverage. So when it comes in terms of a traditional banking system, it is a limited coverage. In terms of a traditional banking system, it is going to cover a limited geographical location. Say for an example, so I am in Mysore, I cannot open bank account in Bengaluru, right? So I can only open my bank account in Mysuru, that is very near to my location. Means the branch must be very near to my location, right? So it is going to cover the limited coverage. Means, say for an example, I cannot go and open my account in Bangalore. Okay, so I am supposed to open my account only in Mysuru. Bangaloreans, they not supposed to come to Mysuru and open their account in Mysore city. Okay, so there is a branch of say for an example, there is a branch of State Bank of India. I am supposed to establish my account only in that particular branch that is convenient for my location. So Bangaloreans, So they are supposed to establish their account in the State Bank of India that is convenient to their location. Okay, so it is going to give a limited coverage. Means, say for an example, my branch is in Mysore city. Okay, I am not supposed to access the service by going to the Bangalore city. Okay, so I can access my service only in my branch, not in any of the other branches. Okay, so in the same way, it gives a limited coverage. It is meant for the specified geographical location. But when it comes in terms of e-banking, these things does not happen. It gives a global coverage. Okay, so I have an account in Mysore branch. Okay, so I go for a foreign trip, right? So I go for foreign trip. So I can access the service that is rendered by that particular banking company by using the banking applications, right? So, or UPI, right? So I can access all the kinds of services that is rendered by the banking company. Okay, so it does not have a limitation. Okay, so wherever I am, so I can access the service that is rendered by the banking company. That we call it as a global coverage by using a internet. So here we are supposed to visit physically the banks and we can go with all the services, but here when it comes in terms of e-banking services, I can sit in a single place and I can access all the services and I can make all the functions or the transaction that can be happen. Okay, marketing tool. Traditional banking does not provide proper marketing tool. So in terms of a traditional banking, so there is no proper plan for the marketing activities or advertising activities, right? So it is informal in nature. Okay, in terms of traditional banking. In terms of e-banking, it is going to provide advertising and marketing activity for the products or the schemes that is introduced by the bank through online, right? So it is going to give advertisement, it is going to do a marketing activity, right, through online. Whatever the things that is going to happen, that is through online. If you open the application, there are a number of advertisement or the statement that the banking company is going to give regarding the offers and whatever the schemes that is available in the particular bank. Okay, so it is going to facilitate its customer by doing all the kinds of marketing and advertising activity. Here there is no proper platform for the marketing activity in terms of traditional banking. Here there is a platform, that is the application that is launched by the specific branch. Promote services. When it comes in terms of traditional banking, it involve process which require more time. Okay, so traditional banking system, so it require more time for any kind of a transaction that is going to happen physically. Okay, if I want to withdraw cash, if I want to deposit money, or else if I want to check my balance, I am supposed to visit a bank and go with the queue, and later the transaction or the thing that is going to happen in terms of traditional banking. But in terms of a modern or digital or e-banking, it does not happen. Means it can happen by sitting in a single geographical location. So no need to stand in a long queues. So in terms of e-banking, I'm not supposed to go with the long queues, whether it come in terms of deposit through online, withdrawals through online, balance inquiry through online. Each and everything that is going to happen through online. Hence, there is no need. It is going to consume. It is not going to consume more time. It is a time saving. Again, so in terms of any kind of a system, there are some errors, because in a particular branch there are lakhs or crores to customers that they had established their account, right? So here there is a possibility of errors when it comes in terms of a traditional banking system. Okay, so there is a possibility of errors. That is, traditional banking system, it does not provide a complete check of banking transactions, because it does not have a sufficient time to go with each and every particular account and go with all the kinds of a transaction. There is a possibility of errors, because whatever the things that is going to happen in a traditional banking system, that is manual. But when it comes in terms of a e-banking system, whatever the things that is going to happen, it is automatic, that is controlled by the artificial intelligence, right? So whatever the things or the errors that is going to occur in a banking system, that will be highlighted for the customers. So they are going something called reconciliation of interbranch transactions. Okay, by reconciliating the interbank transactions, so they come to know if there is any errors, if there is any problem that had occurred for the specific consumer. Okay, frauds and errors could be reduced. So in terms of e-banking, so fraud can be reduced when compared to traditional banking. So in terms of paperwork, traditional banking include more paperwork when compared to the internet banking. Okay, so here this traditional banking perform a lot of paperwork, which increases both time and cost. Okay, so here when it come in terms of a traditional banking, more human resources required. It require much time, and in the same way the procedure is very long. So they are supposed to maintain all the formal documents. Okay, so they are supposed to prepare the documentation, account statement, financial statements, yes or no. So for each and every transaction, for each and every particular person's transactions or the deposits or the recoveries, okay, so they are supposed to maintain a documentary evidence, so which require a long period of time. When it come in terms of e-banking, cost and time can be reduced because everything that is going to happen is through interval and no need to huge paperwork. Okay, so when it come in terms of digital banking, it is an automated system that will be managed by the artificial intelligence. Whatever the transaction, whatever the errors, and whatever the coverage that is going to happen in a particular respective bank account, it is going to display on spot. Okay, so here the paperwork is not required. There is a save of time and money. In terms of a risk of carrying cash, so in terms of a traditional banking system, a customer, he must carry hard cash every time. So he want to deposit hard cash, he want to withdraw hard cash, and also the procedure. So it is a long procedure, and also he have to carry the physical cash when it come in terms of a traditional banking. But when it come in terms of e-banking, so it is going to give the access of a services without carrying any cash. Okay, so this e-banking is going to provide a access of various services that is rendered by the banking company, okay, without using a physical cash. So if they want to immediately withdraw the money by using a plastic money or plastic currency, that we call it as a ATM, debit or credit card. These are the difference between traditional banking system and modern digital or e-banking system. Okay, so these are the difference between traditional and modern banking system. This difference between traditional and modern banking is very important in exam point of view. Please get note down this point, and in the same way get well prepared for this topic. So mobile banking. So as I said, this mobile banking refers to the use of a mobile device to access banking and the financial services offered by banks. So I keep on saying that there are a number of applications that is launched by the bankers for the benefit of a customer. Say for an example, State Bank of India, it had launched YONO. Bank of Baroda, it is Baroda e-wallet, right? These are all the facilities that is facilitated by bankers, okay, for the benefit of their customers. Say for an example, I want to make any investment. I want to withdraw cash, I want to make any transaction, I want to transfer money through RTGS, NEFT, UPI, IMPS, right? So I can go through that particular application, go with the e-banking system or e-banking transaction. Okay, so all the transaction that is going to happen through the internet. So how it is going to benefit their customer? It enables customers to check their bank account balance, conduct online transactions, transfer fund, pay bill, etc. So by using this kind of application, we can go through recharge, payment of bills and transactions, so no withdrawals, right? So we can access all the kinds of investments, right? We can access all the kinds of services that is given by the banking company. Types of mobile banking services. So these are the various services that is contributed or given by a mobile banking. That the first one is account information. So by using certain applications, we come to know the information of our balance, our transaction and our debits and credits. Here, by sitting in a single place, we can access all the kinds of services that is given by the banking company. Transactions. So of course, so we can view our transaction, which are all the transaction that is going to happen within a specified period of time, from past 1 month, from past 3 months, right? We can access all the kinds of transactions. So investment. So it is going to give the access for the investment, whether it is a fixed deposit, a recurring deposit, or a common savings account, and also invest on stock, shares, mutual fund. It is going to give the opportunity, the e-banking or mobile banking. Loans. Using mobile banking, we can also access the credit facility that is provided by bankers based on our CIBIL score. Customer support. So there is a helpline. Say for an example, I visit a ATM store. Say for an example, if there is any complaints regarding the transaction, the amount get debited by my account, it is not credited to the receiver's account. If there is any such kind of complaints, so there is a customer support. We can raise a complaint and there will be ultimate solution that is given by the banker. This content services are various kinds of a loyalty program that is launched by the banking company. Say for an example, in the month of October, every year there will be a Great Indian Festival and a Big Billion Days in terms of online application, Flipkart and Amazon, right? So there will be a bank offers and bank discount, that is a loyalty program. Okay, so say for an example, I want to purchase a mobile phone. Its cost is 25,000 rupees. So if I do a transaction by using debit or a credit card of one particular bank, okay, there is a discount of a 10% or a 5% of the cost. Means by using that particular bank debit or credit card, if I make a payment, so there is a discount on the transaction, right? So these are the kinds of a loyalty program that is conducted by the banks to attract the customers. Consumer complaints. If there is any complaint from the application, so they can raise their complaint and they can have the ultimate solution for their problems. We are going with the concept of digital banking products and evaluation of digital banking. These are the two topics that we need to discuss in next session. Thank you.